everyone, Danielle here for our Neat and Tangled October release week. I'm so excited to be back again with another big release for you guys. It's been a little while since we had one of those. I have 5 brand new stamp sets being released this week. That means that each day this week, Monday through Friday, a new set will be revealed in full, so you get to see all the stamps and the artwork, and there'll be lots and lots of projects and inspiration from the design team. There's also going to be a lot of giveaways, so it's going to be a really fun week for everybody. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. Just like I did with the previous releases, I'm going to actually stamp out all of the images from the set onto a 5.5 by 4 1/4 card base for you, so you can get an idea of the scale of the images and how everything's going to look and fit together. And so without further ado, I'll get started with our first set. And let me just apologize for my voice. I am just getting over a cold, so I'm still a little nasally, unfortunately. Hopefully as the week goes on, it will get better. So here we go. First stamp set for this release is a 4x6 set called Little Bear. And it's kind of named after the bear in the set because that's where everything sort of originated from. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp these out for you. And these are kind of some cute little animal friends as well as some fun forest accessories to go along with them. And I'll stamp them out and give you a few ideas that I had for using them. And then I'll give you some details about the giveaway for today. So I'll go ahead and just get started with the tree because that's one of the bigger images in this set. And I'm going to be using my VersaFine black ink. That is my go-to black ink for everyday stamping. I find that it just really gives you a nice detailed image when you stamp with it. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to do the tree first, like I said. And I just got a fingerprint on there already, so let's flip it over. So I'll go ahead and stamp that for you. And this tree is great. It's, you know, kind of like a pine tree, I would say. And it's good for year-round use. You could use it, you know, for maybe a camping themed card if you're going camping in the spring or summer or fall. It works well for fall or winter, which we're just kind of heading into. You could, you know, color it green or paper piece it green. And then I was thinking for the holidays it would be cute if you maybe used a white gel pen or maybe some white picket fence distress stickles or even just silver or maybe iridescent stickles. You could do them kind of on the edge or the outside of the tree to look like fallen snow. That could really make for a nice holiday or winter themed card. And let's see. Next I'll get into the kind of little animal friends. And like I said in the beginning, the whole set originated with this little bear stamp that I have. I had actually sketched out a whole bunch of different animals, and then I was going to do one set with just a bunch of animals, but then I thought it might be more fun to take each of the kind of larger animals and base a whole set off of them, give them some, you know, little friends and other little accessories to go along with them. So Little Bear is going to be the first in kind of a series of different animal stamp sets. So there's your bear, and he's great. Lots of different options. Because the stamps are clean and simple, it really opens up a lot of doors for you with regards to what you want to do with it. You can color them, you can paper piece them, you can leave this guy white like a polar bear. You could color him dark brown, light brown. You could kind of do a multi-toned brown bear like Jean did in a couple of her cards, which looks really great. You could get funny or funky with it and do pattern paper or different colors. You know, maybe you could make a little blue bear for, you know, an It's a Boy card, or a little pink bear for It's a Girl card. Lots of different options to use him year-round. And he's a good size too. He's pretty big, so he could definitely be, or she, I guess, he or she, could be the focal point of a card. You don't necessarily have to pair it up with other images. And some of the things that kind of go along with the bear are some little paw prints, and there are two different types of paw prints. You're going to get this open or outline paw print, and then you're also going to get another little solid paw print. and you can use them individually depending on, you know, what you wanted for your project, or you could use them together. It could be neat to stamp the solid image in maybe a lighter ink color and then go over top of it with the outline in a darker, you know, color or black. That could give you a really neat effect. I thought the paw prints were cute. You can, Amy did a really nice card with the bear with some paw prints leading up to it, and I thought that was really adorable. And let's see, Mr. Bear has a couple little friends that come along with him, and one of them is this cute little squirrel, or I guess it could be a chipmunk too. It's kind of general like that, little, you know, forest friend. But he's small in scale. He's obviously smaller than the bear, which is nice if you're creating a scene. But at the same time, he's not too small that if you were coloring and cutting and paper piecing that it would be you know, difficult. He's still a good size that it won't be too hard to cut him out at all. And then with the squirrel, you're going to get a little acorn. Now the acorn is a little bit larger. I just did that because I had actually made it smaller, and it was really kind of inconvenient to color it and cut it out to put on a card. So I thought it would be good to make it a little bit larger and use it that way. You have a lot more options now for coloring it and cutting it out and paper piecing it. You could color and cut a bunch of them, maybe make a pile, you know, a little pile of nuts, and that'll work really well with one of the sentiments. You could create a background with them, lots of different options with that little acorn. Next up, as far as little animal friends, there's a little owl, because what is a forest without a few owls? So you're going to get a cute little owl. And then whenever I think of bears, for whatever reason, it probably has something to do with Winnie the Pooh, but whenever I think of bears, I think of beehives and honey. And so after I drew the bear, the next thing that I drew or kind of doodled was a beehive with some bees. And so I don't know if bears like honey or not, but you're gonna get a beehive in this set with a little bee. And I'm gonna stamp the little bee out, and then I'm gonna actually pull out an older set and show you something. But here's the little bee that you're gonna get in this set. Now, if you have one of our first sets, which was this Fresh Bloom set, you're probably noticing that this Fresh Bloom set has the same bee as the Little Bear set, and it is the same bee, except it's a different size. So I'm going to actually stamp the bee from the Fresh Bloom set. So there you go, they're side by side so you can see the difference between the two, and I'll pick this up. Here's the bee that's in the Little Bear set, and here's the bee from the Fresh Bloom set. And I did this on purpose because I like things to be uniform, so I didn't want to draw a totally different bee. And for whatever reason, I really like it when there's a variety of sizes of the same image, because I feel like that gives me a lot more options as far as creating scenes. So you could do a little family of bees, you could just do the two different sizes. If you had both sets, you could do the two different sizes with the beehive to create a, you know, little scene or a card. So I felt like it was a good idea to keep them consistent, because now they can work together really well. You don't have to worry about, oh, well, I have two bees, but they don't really go together. They're not the same style. You know that these will work together perfectly. And I'm just going to circle this since this is actually not from this set, and I'll just make a little note here. This is actually from the Fresh Bloom set. So just a little side note. So we did the bees and the beehive. Next up, I always think of camping and, you know, sitting by a fire when I think of kind of fall in the forest. And so I made a little campfire stamp for you, so you could have all of your little forest friends gather around the campfire at night or whatever. That's one of my favorite things about fall this time of year is kind of sitting around a bonfire. So I definitely had to include a little campfire for you guys. And then I always like to throw in just a little, kind of like a little stamp that you can use in a million different ways. And so in this set, I included this real little squiggle. I don't know if you can see it on the block. So I have this little squiggle, and you can use it, there are two kind of major ways. You could use it to kind of indicate, you know, little smoke coming up from your campfire, like that, or you could use it, and I'm just going to do it on this bigger bee, but you could stamp it this way to kind of indicate some movement with the bee. So you can leave a little, kind of a little trail to show that the bee was flying by, or like I said, you could do it to kind of do like maybe some smoke, or you know, just heat coming up from your campfire. Or you could use it, I'm sure there are a million other ways you could use it that I'm not even thinking of right now. And then you're going to get two mushrooms. You're going to get a bigger one and a smaller one. That way you can have a lot of variety when you're creating your little forest scenes. And these are perfect again for coloring or paper piecing. So there's your two mushrooms. And then you're actually going to get two sentiments in the set as well. And I'm going to have to stamp one on the back because it's a little too big. But so here's one of them. And this one says, "Oh nuts." And I thought that was just really, you know, kind of a funny, punny play on words for this particular set, since we have the squirrel with the acorns. That would be, you know, a really good sentiment, kind of lighthearted. Maybe if you were sending a belated birthday card, or if you forgot something, you know, an important date, or, you know, maybe if you owed somebody a little apology. That's a kind of nice lighthearted way to say sorry you forgot. And then you're going to get one that says, "You are very special." And again, it's another kind of play on words because of the bear in the set. So I'll go ahead, and I don't think it's going to fit anywhere on my page, so I'll just do it on the back here. So there you go, and that one says, "You are very special," and I'll lift it up so you can see it a little closer. So there's one of the sentiments. And then I'll flip it over, and here are all the images and sentiments that you're going to get in the set as well. Before I forget, I've actually already had, from the sneak peeks, a couple comments and emails about the fonts that I use for creating this set. People were looking for the font to purchase and, you know, use on their own for personal use, but excuse me, the sentiments that you see in the sets are handwritten. You can tell when I use a font, like a type font from the computer. But the ones that in this set and in most of the sets you'll see this week are just handwritten sentiments. So I'm glad that you guys like them so much, and I'm really sorry that it's not an actual font. But there are a lot of fonts out there that are very similar, so I'm sure you could certainly find something if you were really looking for it. So that's that. So there are all the images. Here is the stamp set. Again, it's called Little Bear. It's the first one that you're seeing for our October release. It's a 4x6 set that's going to retail for $15. It'll be on sale Friday, starting on Friday, along with all of the others. Today is our big giveaway day, so be sure to enter. All you have to do is be a follower, leave a comment below, and you are entered to win all 5 of the sets that are going to be released this week. And there are a couple different ways to get some extra entries, and you can read about that below. Be sure to look at all of the really amazing projects by the design team today. Head over to their blogs to see more pictures and you know, more details about what they use to create each of their projects. And I will be back again tomorrow with another new set for you. Thanks for watching.